Welcome!
Shouting down the roof and that.
I'm going to get kicked out. Welcome back to the best show on YouTube called the Unplug Podcast. Welcome back to the best show on YouTube called the Unplug Podcast, guys.
Plug.
Hosted by yours truly, Freeman and my boy,
JP.
There we go. We're back with another banger. Episode numero 9. Number 9. One away from a
I was about to say, when I hear 9, I just think 10. I forget about 9. I'm just like, no, raw, 10. Okay, 10 is like...
Yeah, we're nearly hitting double digits.
Yeah, chest is out now.
No, serious.
Like, our podcast will have 10 episodes. A lot of people give up.
Yeah,
bro, I've started podcasts and gave up before. Like, I've never got to 10, so I'm excited.
No, literally. But yeah, guys, we're nearly there. We're going to do something big. We need to do something big.
Yeah, we was talking about it this morning. We're not going to say what.
Yeah.
But special edition. Episode 10. But we still got to show some love to episode 9.
Yeah, of course.
But before we do, my boy, what's been happening this week?
My bro, it's been a good week. Obviously, we're nearing the end of the year. So, obviously, as you know, I know you always say, don't wish myself away. But I know my 2025 has already started, man. My 2025 has already started, so I'm pumped for 2025. Obviously, my birthday is New Year's Eve as well.
Nice.
Not that I do anything on it anyway, but it's just like, for me, it's just like a nice sort of segue into the new year.
100%.
Right? So, I'm pumped. I'm getting all my sort of ducks in a row, as they say, sort of make sure I have the most successful 2025, because it's going to be a flipping movie. It's going to be a movie, bro.
Leveling up. I'm excited for you, bro. I can see that smile on your face and that. Bro. You're excited, which makes me excited.
Bro,
okay.
Well, enough about me, my bro. How are you doing?
Do you know what? I'm good. I've for those of you who don't know, I've launched my own business consultancy. Shout out to Clock Out by Noon.
Clock Out by Noon gang.
Clock Out by Noon. If you want to clock out by noon, come and see me, because we clock out by noon.
Tell them again.
But yeah, I've launched my business consultancy, which is about helping small business owners and startups like grow and scale their business. Like, and do it not working 12, 14 hours a day, but doing it by noon.
Literally.
So, and yeah, it's been good, man. I've got like a few clients already for the business. Thank you for those who have believed in the consultancy. And I just look forward to growing that. I'm really excited about growing that in 2025.
Nice, man.
Some good feedback. So yeah,
I'm happy
working on that, man. Pushing that out slowly.
I'm happy. I like that.
So do you know what I think? Using your word, segue. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm buying that one. Like, that segues quite nicely into this episode, because today's episode, some water, my mouth is dry, bro.
Yeah, you're talking too much.
Clearly.
Yeah.
I'll do that again. So I would say this segues quite nicely into the episode, because today's episode is about like the fear of failure. And funny enough, we had some friends around. You was there and we was talking, and like a friend said, like, you know, sometimes they don't do stuff because they fear failing. So it is a thing. And I think in the past, you know, sometimes, like, you know, looking back at my life, I'm sure there's times where I didn't do stuff because I was scared to do it. But we're gonna unpack this nicely. Starting with you, what does the fear of failure mean to you?
I think the fear of failure, to me, I feel like my biggest sort of word of that has always been like a form of imposter syndrome as well. I've just always thought that I can't do this. Who am I? I'm the one special. Like, why should I be allowed to do that, or want to strive for this level of success, or wherever it may be in any facet of my life? And because of that kind of imposter syndrome, I've always been afraid to try. You know, I've not even given things a go, let alone kind of seeing them out and then sort of dwindling off.
Let's dig. So where does that mindset come from? Where does that kind of, where does that come from? Feel like you can't do something? Like, why not?
I think that comes from not seeing a lot of people that look like me and sound like me doing what I'd want to do. So that then created a reality, or a false reality, shall I say, that it's clearly not attainable. Because if no one else that looks like me is, you know, having all these things that I want to strive for, you know, the family, the big house, the nice car, multi-million pound business is clearly just not a thing for someone like me, right?
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I always, like, again, that big thing I always say, like, seeing is believing. And I never used to see it.
Of course.
But again, even just with that, again, probably another episode, but I wasn't in an environment that allowed me to even see people like that, because there's plenty.
And I think we spoke about that in the last episode, where I was kind of saying that you can only aspire to what you see, right?
Exactly.
I think the last episode was about like being like in the right circle. If your circle is not, achieving the things that you want or aspiring to, like you start to kind of think like maybe you can't. And again, why the importance of kind of breaking up maybe some of your original circles or whatever. But in terms of like the fear of failure, how did you kind of like overcome that?
I think overcome my fear of failure was me sort of branching out. And seeing that there were other people who are living the life that I wanted to live.
Okay.
Right. So that, again, referring back to our previous episode, that included sort of me stepping out my comfort zone a bit. Right. Going to networking brunches and meetings and talks and seminars and trying to discover these people. Right. Because they say, the best gems are often hidden, right? I don't know if that's the saying, I just made that up. But
it sounded hard still. It gassed me up. I thought, right, who actually wrote that?
You know what I mean? Okay. So I feel like it's a discovery mission, right? So I feel like me trying to go on that mission of discovery and trying to find these people slowly help break down my sort of fixed mentality.
Yes, your conditioning.
My conditioning. That's a throwback.
Okay. There you go.
A fixed mindset versus growth mindset will be linked over there again if you haven't watched that already. But again, that sort of breaking down my fixed mentality in the terms of, I can do this and I can achieve this. But what about you in terms of when was your kind of sort of your first interaction with the fear of failing?
Funny enough, a lot of people who know me might not believe this, but I wasn't always the most confident person. So kind of growing up as, like a young boy. Don't worry, I'm not going to cry.
Yo, get the tissue.
But growing up, I wasn't the most confident. So naturally, if you don't have confidence, it's hard for you to try things. Like it's very hard to come out of your comfort zone if you're not confident. Like you naturally shy away from things. You naturally become introverted. And I feel like there was an element of me, maybe in certain situations where I was quite introverted and I was quite shy. So naturally being shy and not the most confident person, you just, you're scared, innit? What you're scared of, like, silly when I think about it, because what's the worst that can happen? But you're scared, innit? Like it's the unknown. Like you're scared jumping in the unknown, right? But as time's gone on, I've kind of realized that that's how you grow. Like you have to keep moving forward. Even if it's one step at a time, you kind of have to keep moving forward to grow. Like if you stay in the same place and do the same thing, like you're going to stay the same. So it just got to a point where I was like, I just have to try.
Yeah.
And if I fail, what's the worst can happen?
Exactly. And I think that's what a lot of people get. I think that's what a lot of people forget, that if you do try and if you do fail, you end up in the same place more than often, right? So you might as well give it the gamble and just give it a try, because you just don't want to be known for that person. Like, I had the opportunity to do X, Y, and Z, but I just never did it. You know what I mean? And
it's like, why?
Exactly, live that sort of regretful life. But in terms of some of the positives, right? I don't always go negative, but let's try to be positive, right? A bit.
Okay.
Some in terms of the positive of trying to overcome that fear of failing.
Positives.
What do you think that can lead into?
Well, naturally, another plug, it leads into naturally a growth mindset, because you're now, I feel like in order to overcome the fear of failure, you have to up your mental game. Like for me, I think everything starts with mindset. And I think in order for you to naturally try things you never tried before, you have to develop a certain mindset. And that mindset, is the foundation of you being able to step out, because you have a certain mindset which is stopping you from trying things because you're scared of failure, right? So you have to adopt a new mindset that's okay with trying new things.
Yeah, no, I like that.
Change your mindset.
Yeah, no, I like
step
that.
one. Ooh, early step one. Pew. Pew, pew, pew. Find shots early.
You're jumping segments. But I'm definitely with you. I think, the positives is like, just sort of unleashing that positive aspect and that trying aspect, yeah. I feel like you're an idiot if you think anyone that's successful just tried it at, the first shot. You think everyone's just getting straight bullseyes.
Yeah. No way. No way.
You need to hit a couple wide ones.
100.
Until you get the bullseye.
I'm going to throw in Edison. I swear there's a Edison, he failed 999
and
then on the 1,000th time.
Can you imagine?
Like, he made the light bulb work. I'm sure it was that.
He nicked it from someone though.
I was about to say that actually. I don't know if that's the best example. But you get the point though.
Yeah.
Like, imagine he gave up after the 100th time.
That's what I'm saying.
Just experiment after experiment. And that for me is like one of the things coming out. You don't know, but you have to kind of like learn on the way.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like using that sort of Edison segue, I think like everyone needs to be sort of like adopt this sort of inventor mentality, I think.
Yeah.
Right? You're starting something that no one knows or no one has, right?
Yeah.
Like an event. So you're going to have cock-ups, you're going to have mistakes, you're going to have, prototypes that just don't work right now. You know what I mean? And you just need to keep on persistently trying.
Yeah.
You know what
and
I mean?
the only way you get closer, actually, no, I'm saving that for the quote section at the back. I'm on fire today still. I'm not going to lie. I've got some fire later.
Cool.
But I was going to say, while you was talking, I think I actually remember quite a pivotal moment that built my confidence and allowed me, or gave me the confidence to try things even though I was uncomfortable.
Yeah, go on.
And I remember when I was 17 and I started my driving lessons. And I remember getting into the car, I was nervous, like as you are like, getting into a car. Like the only thing I know that I've driven before is a go-kart, and this ain't a go-kart. Like, and I'm gonna go on the main road. Like it was quite a nerve-wracking experience, right? For the first time. And it went horrible. Like I kept stalling the car.
Mad.
I was like, I'm never going to learn how to be able to drive. Like, it was a proper downer. And at that point, I could have like went away and thought, driving ain't for me, man. But I thought, no, I want to be able, like, I start college soon.
Yeah.
I want to be able to jump in that whip
and whip it.
I'm like, I've got to get back in that car. So then there was like I think probably one of the biggest, like I said, pivotal moments where I remember facing my fears. Because again, I'm 17. What have I got to lose? But it's still scary.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's still scary. And I think from then, obviously, I went on, built up my confidence. You get better.
Yeah.
In 3-point turns now. And I took my driving test and I failed.
Yeah.
But again, and that hurt.
Yeah,
I was like, and I was nervous to go again, bro. I remember like the first lessons were in Wallington.
Yeah.
I'd never driven to Wallington ever. So they were taking me on like 40-mile-per-hour roads.
Yeah.
I didn't know I needed to stop then. Like I failed instantly.
Mad,
For those of you who don't know, Wallington is like the country roads, and like they took me, South London man, on country roads to do my. I didn't know what I was doing. Anyway, so then obviously took my second, passed or whatever, and like got my first car at 18, and it started to build confidence. So now whenever I came across a situation that I was a bit, it's like, just try, bro. You know, so that's my story, man.
Yeah, no, funny.
I wanted to share that with you, man.
You also brought a little memory bank as well for me, because funny enough, even also when having my driving experience, even a step before, I didn't even get to make it in the car yet. Because bro, I kept on failing my theory.
Is it?
Bro, I passed my theory, I think, on my 6th attempt.
Oh,
bro,
wow.
It got so serious, I started changing locations because like, no, these men are racist or something. And I'm thinking that something is wrong, this computer is wrong, I'm always 1 mark away, 2 mark away.
Some conspiracy theory in that.
I was getting, like every single time, the lady would, or the person at the desk would like, oh, congratulations, she'd just give me my test. I look failed. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, bruv, like, what is this?
Cursed than that. You're not allowed to be on the road.
Bro, 1, 2, 3, back to back. And after my 3rd time failing, I was like, no, this is evidently not for me. I need to get used to TFL. You know what I mean? I need to get used to hailing them red buses.
Oyster card and that for life.
Literally, bruv. So like, this is not for me. So like, should I start looking at mopeds? I was literally like so put off. I was so discouraged. And I was speaking to my mum. She's like, no, like, you need to just keep on trying. And then obviously, thank God, literally on my 6th attempt, I passed. And obviously then driving. That was another one.
Now you're on the road.
That was another one that I passed on my 3rd.
Oh, really?
On my first time, and I'll never forget, like smooth driving, but I turned left on like I went straight on the left turn only. Same thing twice, same place.
Yeah,
never learned.
But I think this does a lesson in there.
100%.
Sometimes, like, you can't always win first time around, man, but it builds character.
100%.
It builds resilience. It builds persistence. Do you know what I mean? Ultimately, when you do achieve it, I think it gives you a next level of, like, I deserve this.
Yeah,
you know how they say, like, nothing good comes easy, right?
No, 100%.
So when you really work, I'm not saying that you need to fail to feel like, but it helps build character. 100%. Shout out to those people who pass first time, man. That's not easy, man. I know they are, man. I know they be like, blah, blah, that's me, that's me.
But that's next level bribery.
Do you know what I mean? No, do you know what? At that point, they went in there like they were prepared,
ready.
They were confident,
ready.
You know, and shout out to you, man.
100%, man.
You know what I mean? So
we segued a bit, but what were some of the negatives now?
The negatives.
Having that sort of fear of failure mindset.
You just never try. You might be one of the most intelligent people, like, but you just don't try. And again, I feel like if you don't try new things, you don't get to experience new things, so then evidently you don't grow. Like, you have to water yourself. And in my opinion, watering yourself, one of the things that you do to water yourself is try and just grow, right? And in order to grow, you've got to try new things. You've got to do things that you're not different. You've got to change things up, because ultimately, we spoke about, I think in episode 2, every day is the same. But the minute you start to try new things, your life can change. Do you know what I mean? You can now, you start up your business, you're bringing in a little bit more money, you can maybe take a girl to Hakkasan.
Take a fish.
But like, what I'm trying to say is, when you try new things, it can change your life.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think people need to know that when you try new things, it can change your life. So why would you not want to change your life?
No, 100%.
Unless you're where you want to be in life, then you're good.
Yeah.
Kick back, chill, relax. But I know 99% of people are not. So try. What have you got to lose?
100%.
I do know that obviously the older you get more responsibilities, because you might have the kids, you might have the house, you might have the mortgage, the wife, all of that. So taking risks is an evident of facing your fear, because you're trying something. It's a risk, isn't it? What can happen, right? But it does become risky. But maybe just take smaller risks in it. But you have to try.
Yeah, proportional.
You have to try, man.
No, I like that. I think for myself, the negative of not always trying to try, and your fear is definitely the limiting aspect that comes behind it, and you intentionally now limiting yourself from being the highest version of yourself. You're literally like taking a dagger and just piercing your skin because you're not willing to grab a shield and try to fend for yourself, or understanding that you will fail, right?
I can tell you watched that program. What's it called? Flying Horses and that. What's that program called that everyone loves, man?
Which one?
I was gonna call it Dungeons and Dragons, but I know you don't know
Gladiator.
that one.
Gladiator.
Nah, man, it's the what's that program that everyone watches with dragons in it? I think it's ended now. Dragons.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, do you watch Game of Thrones?
Okay.
You started talking about horses.
Gladiator still. I watch Gladiator still.
Okay, cool. Sorry, you segued.
But I feel like just you're limiting yourself by not giving yourself an opportunity, to become, as I always say, the highest version of yourself, right? And because you're fearing failure, and you don't want to experience that negative feeling, you're stopping yourself from doing something that you could possibly, change the world. You know what I mean? You could be fighting so many other battles in life, but you're willing not to have that fight because you feel like you might get knocked down. And it's absolutely fine to get knocked down, right? But it's just making sure you get back up and try again.
No, 100%. 100%. And I think that definitely stops people from kind of facing their fears, is because they just kind of lack a bit of confidence and they're scared of the unknown, essentially.
Ultimately.
So.
But yeah.
We like to provide the practical steps.
Yes, we do.
The sauce, the juice.
So in terms of my personal first step in trying to get over the fear of failure is coming to terms with it, right? The only way you're going to overcome any fear or anxiety you have is facing it one-on-one, right? Almost like, sort of when you're going to have an impact and you kind of like brace yourself, right? So I think you sort of mentally need to get into that brace position that, okay, I'm going to come to a halt right now. I'm going to come to something where it's going to be a bit difficult for me to achieve, but I need to find a way to try and overcome it. So I think like facing your fears head on, face on right now is probably like one of the best things to try to slowly get to overcome it.
I like that. It's a good practical step. Nice. Cool. I think for me, step one would be identify when you've like had a similar situation where you're fearful, but you overcame it.
Yeah, that's true.
Because that will remind you that even though you're fearing failure now in whatever it may be, you've been here before. So if you can face it then, you can face it now. So yeah, that's my step one.
I also quite like that one. I think your step one leads on quite to my step two. Mine's a bit of a kind of like a cheeky one, but mine's like babies walk, right? All babies crawl. And imagine if a baby had the fear of walking because every single time they tried to get up, they kept on falling. So
they decided they didn't want to walk because they kept falling over.
You know what I mean? We'd all be crawling. If you think about it, right? So I like to always kind of have that mentality like babies walk. You know what I mean? So similarly, we always need to get into a position where, we're going to get up and we're going to tumble. We're going to have a bit of a wobble.
And that's so deep because when you really think about it, as a baby, you're fearless.
Literally.
You'll try everything.
Anything.
Like you're not scared of anything.
Literally.
And it's like, as we grow older, we lose that.
Yeah.
Crazy. We become conditioned.
Yeah, of course.
Don't do that. Don't try that. That's not good for you. Oh, what if you do that and it doesn't work? And you start taking on what's probably not even your own thoughts.
Yeah, of course.
You've now started to take on other people's opinions.
Yeah.
And other people's opinions and thoughts and advice are potentially stopping you from
Can be detrimental.
Changing your life.
Literally.
That's very deep.
You know what I mean? So that's what, so my step two is babies can walk.
I like that. Okay. Pew, pew. Don't worry, I got one for you, man. I got one for you. So my step two would be put yourself in uncomfortable. No, that was my two.
Was it?
Yeah.
What was it?
That was my two, bro.
Your one was identify.
Yeah. I didn't do two.
Oh, my bad.
All right.
Sorry.
Cool, no worries. So my step two is put yourself in uncomfortable situations that force you to overcome fear. Like, I think for me, more so I've been working on it a lot recently, but we spoke about it before, like training the body to do things that the mind just doesn't want to do. Like putting myself in uncomfortable situations where I'm forced to do something. Like I have to do something, or I'm going to do this anyway, even if I don't want to.
Okay, a little cold plunge.
And that's for me, like, that's why I started having cold showers. Because, a lot of people like cold shower. It's not about, like, the health reasons, great, cool, whatever. But on my life, it's actually taught me to just do things that I don't want to do. It really has. Like, every time I come across a situation where I feel like I don't want to do it, I'm a bit more, I'll just do it, innit?
Yeah.
Like, I just do it. Like, I will jump in that cold shower. I will go in that cold plunge. I will, when that alarm goes up, get up. Like, I don't want to, but I'm training myself to do things that I don't want to do. Pew, pew.
No, I like that. No, I like that. I think my one, it's I'm getting a bit of inspiration from David Goggins, right? If anyone didn't know David Goggins, he's a proper militant guy, gets on.
I thought you was calling me David Goggins. I was like, oh, okay.
So you know what I mean?
David,
and I
he's
feel
hard.
like every single time you kind of catch yourself in a situation where you're not wanting to push yourself forward, tell yourself to F off.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that, I'm not swearing.
I hope not. Mummy's watching. I hope not.
You need to think.
Keep it clean.
You know what I mean? Like as an anagram, it's like literally fear of failing. F off. Right? So you need to think, right now, I want to get into this endeavor, or I want to set up this salon, or I want to set up this business, or I want to, start healthy eating, or I want to wake up early. And then the alarm wakes up, or the alarm wakes you up, and you could hit the snooze button, right? Or you could not do what you need to do, or you could not get into that endeavor because you're fearful of failing. You need to think to yourself, F off, man.
Yeah.
F off. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
No doubt.
No doubt.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's kind of my thing. Like, just be a bit more militant with yourself and think, and just catch yourself, right now. When you get into that state, quickly catch yourself and think, nah, like, I can't do this myself.
Give us some juice, man. Give us an experience. Give us a personal experience of when you kind of, was able to do that. Just to kind of make it a bit more real, right?
No, 100%. I think, okay, I'll give you a really good, unfortunately, for those who are not like massive into business, it is a business one.
Okay.
But I think obviously, as you all know, I have my own property business. And when I first started my business, it took me over 1 year to get my first ever property. And that was the most soul-draining, gut-wrenching year I've ever had in business. I'm thinking, this guy is getting 10 properties in a week. This girl is getting 3 properties in a month.
And I can't get one.
It's been 6 months. What is happening? I've called the whole country.
And no one want to give me, Freeman, a property.
Bro, I've paid people.
Blacklisted, bro.
Literally, I was like, bro, I will pay you. Help me find a property. You can't find me a property. What is this, man? Who do I need to speak to? And honestly, like, it was like the most stressful experience. 1 year on the dot. 1 year on the dot. Or just about 1 year. I started my company August 2021, and I got my first property in Birmingham.
I'm laughing. I see the pain in your eyes, bro.
I got my first property in Birmingham in July 2022.
Mad.
So it took me a year to get my first ever endeavor in this property game. And for me, I'm like, obviously, like, I've tried every single tactic. I've spoken to this person and that person. And like I said, when I got to the 6th month, and when I'm throwing money at people to help me find something, and I can't find something, I'm like, this evidently isn't for me, right? So I'm like speaking to my guy that Elliot, who I run this with. I'm like, bro, like, let's just go back to work, man.
Yeah, this ain't for us.
This ain't for us, man. We tried it, right? We tried it, but again, he with him and some family and friends and looking at other people who have done it, I was like, okay, cool. Like, I need to F off right now. You know what I mean? I'm F'ing off right now. I'm having the fear of failure. So I need to catch myself right now, and quickly shape myself. And like, Freeman, wake up. You still need to keep on going. And, and obviously, God always has his time.
Always.
You know what I mean? And I think, there was and I definitely think, looking back now, there was a reason why, it probably took so long, because I probably wasn't ready to take on that opportunity had it come any sooner. I didn't have the systems in place. I didn't have those processes in place, anything like that. So I think even when people are failing, whether you're an inventor or you're trying to come up with the next rap song, music song, or you're trying to make a movie or short or whatever, and, like they say, J.K. Rowling, she got denied by like dozens of...
Yeah, she kept going.
Like dozens of people, so it's just the right timing. A lot of the time.
I think a big thing is people say, oh, but what if I try that and it don't work? So what? What's the worst that can happen?
Literally,
you're not gonna die.
You know what I mean?
Like, you might lose a little bit of money, but you can always make money back.
You know what I mean?
So now it's just a thing like, what have you got to lose?
Literally.
What have you got to lose? So, I like that. I just wanted to dig a bit deeper there. I felt there was something bubbling underneath, and I was able to bring it out. The hurricane came, not the hurricane, the volcano came out. So, good. I like that. My step 3 is understanding what fear actually stands for.
Go on.
And fear stands for false evidence appearing real.
Damn.
Let me say that again.
Go on.
Fear is false evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. So the reality is,
serious.
You are scared to try new things, or you're scared of failure because you think all these things are gonna happen. That probably will never happen. Will never happen. It's false evidence appearing real. Understand that. Understand what that means, and just do the damn thing, man.
Yeah, man.
Just do the damn thing. Pyong pyong.
Damn, yeah, you got me on that one. Still, you won. I gotta come back harder. But that's a good one. That's a really, really good episode, guys. For those of you who are, sort of struggling, or not really able to sort of push yourself to that next level, again, always try to remember, like John clearly said, like it's likely a false reality, a false conception that you create. That's unlikely going to happen. And even if it does happen, keep on pushing through and keep on trying to be the best version of yourself, guys.
Have to.
But yeah,
have to.
That's a nice little wrap up.
Nice little episode. So lastly, we are on to Plug Bites. Bites. So this is the part of the episode where we pull out something that's been positive, inspirational, motivational, gave us a little kick up the arse after kind of like hearing it or seeing it.
Yeah.
Or I've been sending you a few of those this week in the DMs, like, bro, come on, man. Let's keep going. I know it's cold. It's a cold winter. Occupancy is low, but let's keep going, bro. Let's keep going. But something that's kind of reeled you up, man. Gave you a bit of life, gave you a bit of energy. And
I think so. My plug bite for this week, again, quite on topic. It says, "Don't be afraid to fail. Be afraid of never trying. Failure is the stepping stone to success." So again, hitting home on a lot of what we're
okay, smooth.
You know what I mean?
Smooth.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, and again, I don't really need to sort of elaborate much on that, but again, it's the stepping stone of the success. Like it's the other side of the wall, right? And once we get over that, there's nothing else. You know what I mean? So I think if we can get that mentality, and like I said in my sort of steps, to sort of like brace yourself with this kind of failure, and also like you said, also understand that, you know, even if it does happen, making sure you get up, and or if like we also said as well, there's the false narrative or the false, you know, reality or the false appearance that we're creating, you know, of fear. We need to push through. People have done it. People have gotten to the other side. A lot of the times what you're doing has been done before. So also use that as a form of motivation. Inspiration. You know what I mean? And like I said, babies walk.
Oof. Okay. Okay. Mic drop, yeah? No. Okay. Cool. All right, that's fine, man. I got something for you this week. So.
What, no phone?
No phone.
Okay.
No phone. Okay. Do you know why no phone? Because this is a JP special.
Okay. We've been blessed.
This is a JP special. So my quote is, you only lose if you give up. If you don't give up, you can't lose. Most people are scared of the fear of failure because they think they're going to lose. But you only lose if you give up. So what do? You just don't give up. And you find a way eventually.
Yeah.
Like there's always a solution to a problem, right? So even if you try something, it fails, just try something different. Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah, that's a little cheat code there.
Yeah. JP special we call those. They come out once in a blue moon.
No, I like that. No, I think this is a good episode. I think the people will love it. I feel like that. But guys, hold on. What's the bone, bro? What's the bone?
The bone. Guys. I got people reciting some of my stuff back.
Can you imagine?
And I can't see them following me on IG. I'm like, you're cheeky. I can't see no comments saying, you know what? I like that one. Listen. You need to be subscribing. You need to be liking. You need to be commenting. If you like something, if you heard something, you're like, okay,
I like that.
Yeah. That'll make us think, okay, we're doing the right thing. You know this is these guys are hitting home. So show a bit of love.
Please.
Like we always say, it's not free. If you think someone will benefit from it, send it on to them. Put it on your statuses.
Yeah.
Show us some love. That's all. It's Christmas time, man. It's festive time, man. It's love time.
Yeah, exactly. So guys, please, you know, like it shows us that, you know, you're enjoying what we're doing, and you obviously evidently do. You keep on messaging us. But like, you know, reciprocate that on the YouTube algorithm. It helps us. It gives the algorithm an opportunity to share this. Don't be greedy. Sharing is caring, please. You know what I mean? So like, subscribe, and share and all that lovely stuff.
Apparently, I'm just gonna add it pushes it out to more people as well.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it pushes it out naturally. So,
of course.
Yeah, man, just help us keep pushing.
Please.
And like, share, subscribe.
Love.
Elevate.